Bhav is if you make him your father and you're his child. That's also Dasi Bhav. Okay, then one closer. Sakhya Bhav. What's that? What is it? Friend. That's right. He's your friend. Included in that is if you make him your brother, or you make it Radharani your sister. That's also all called Sakhya Bhav. Closer than that is Vatsalya Bhav. What is Vats? Child. So Vatsalya Bhav means Krishna is your child. He's your own son. And you love him like, I'm the mother, I'm the father, you're my child. Or even he can be your baby if you want. Imagine having Krishna as your baby, totally helpless and dependent on you. You can love him like that too. Or Madhurya Bhav, which is the sweetest Bhav, which includes all the other relationships in one. So it means he's your beloved. Loving him as your beloved includes the sweetness of all other relationships and is the closest. So he doesn't say, oh no, you thought of me just now with Dasya Bhav. Don't you dare think of me with Sakhya Bhav. I'm your master. Now you're thinking of just like playing a joke on me like you would with a friend? No. Imagine he made all those rules and we had to follow them like we do in the world, right? You can't treat your boss like you treat your son. Two different things. But Krishna says, doesn't matter. You can boss me around 1 minute and then the next minute you can become my child. We can switch if you want. You love me any way you want. So in this way it's really easy because we can think of all the different leelas of Krishna and imagine ourselves in those leelas or make up our own modern leelas and love Krishna any way we want. So when we do Rup Dhyan, we combine the two of these. We visualize Krishna's form plus we love him. We add in that loving feeling. Okay, so that's point number 2. The second riayat has to do with how we can love Krishna. So anybody have any questions about forming that relationship with Krishna in our mind? Yes?
4, you said the highest one was Madhurya Bhav, right?
Yeah.
And is that one required you have to be a gopi in that one?
Yes, that's right.
So you can't be a masculine figure in that?
Well, there are plenty of saints who were men who did love Krishna like that. Like Maharaji tells one story of a Babaji who actually lived near Barsana. There's a small mandir about 10 miles from Kirti Mandir. But it's out in there's not even a village there. There's just a couple little small houses, huts you could say, and a small mandir commemorating this Babaji he loved Krishna with Madhurya Bhav. And he was getting old. He had the jata, the matted hair, dreadlocks, you could say. And one day he was walking and he thought he saw Krishna over there, so he ran to catch him. And he got his jata all entangled in a bush. And he was going to untangle it, and he thought, my beloved might be enjoying this scene of seeing me look so foolish like this, all entangled in this bush. So maybe I won't untangle myself right now. So he waited. Then he thought, you know what, when he wants me to be untangled, he can come and do it with his own hands. So he stayed like that for 3, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. Finally Krishna came to him, but in the form of a boy. He was in disguise. And he came and he said, Babaji, you're so lazy. I've been seeing you for the last week. You got your hair all entangled over here and you haven't even bothered to untangle it. So the Babaji said to him, don't get in the middle of husband and wife matters. In other words, he's thinking of himself as the wife and Krishna as his husband. Don't get in the middle of husband and wife matters. You have no idea what's going on here. So Krishna disappeared, or he left, and then he came back in his form as Krishna. But this Babaji had something else in mind. He was thinking, I don't want just the vision of Krishna, I want the vision of Radha and Krishna. Krishna has many forms. Krishna of Mathura, Krishna of Dwarika, Krishna of so many different leelas, but I want Ras Bihari Shri Krishna, who does Maharas Leela. And I know that Krishna always comes with Radha. So when Krishna came to him and he said, okay, I'm going to untangle your hair. He said, up, don't you dare touch me. My beloved is Radha Vallabh Shri Krishna. How do I know you're him? I'll only know when you come to me with Radha, then I'll accept you. So then Radha and Krishna both had to appear and untangle that Babaji's hair. So that's just one example of a man who was devoted to Krishna, but he thought of himself as a gopi actually. Maharaji tells that story in Prem Ras Siddhant, in the Bhakti section. And in that small mandir you can go to near Barsana, there's a, actually I think it's like 7 or 8 miles away. There's a depiction of that Leela painted on the wall of the mandir. Okay, any other questions about the relationship with Krishna? Okay, the last riayat has to do with his name. Shri Krishna, he said, okay, they have my form, they can think of my form.